So the first thing is really for banks and financial institutions to embrace the mind shift. So essentially they're having to shift away from being the provider to the end customer to actually think about themselves as part of the infrastructure and sell their products through others. So as they do this, they also start to think about the revenue opportunities that they can actually accelerate. First of all, they get access to new customers that they might not have been able to access before, and they're doing that through third-party platform. They get to cross-sell their products that they might not have been able to cross-sell before. They also get access to other regions and countries that the third-party providers have access to. But they also consider potential risks associated with it, because now they have to build infrastructure to actually embed within the platforms of their new partners. They're still going to think about the governance and compliance that they're wholly responsible for, but they've got to deliver that through someone else's platform. They've got reputational risk, perhaps, that they need to address, but also they've got to invest in building new technologies, build and maintain new APIs. So all of these three factors would be going through their minds. There's lots of different use cases popping up, and they're all incredibly interesting. Some of the ones I'm already experiencing are, for example, insurance payouts when you're booking your holidays or your hotel. So you're on a booking platform, and then you can actually get your insurance through that whole journey and get your claims and payouts through it. Also, something that might impact consumers could be employment benefits. So corporates are thinking about ways to actually deliver their benefits to their employees, and therefore providers of those employment packages and platforms enable consumers now, or employees, to actually make those selections about how they want to receive some of those benefits, which might also include early payouts of their wages or the wages that they've earned. So there are many, many use cases that are incredibly interesting popping out. Even just being here at Money 2020, it's so interesting just to see how much innovation is going on in the payment ecosystem. Cards are and will continue to play a really prevalent role. And that's mainly because of the ubiquity with how they are accepted. So they're accepted by the majority of merchants across different regions and countries. Consumers are familiar with the payment form, but also they know that the security and protection that they get from it. On top of that, you get loyalty and benefits, which really attract consumers to using some of those cards more. And on top of that, there's also businesses. Cards allow businesses to increase their sales growth. But the great thing is that there is so much innovation. So you've also got wallets, you've got digitization, you've got wearables. But I see them as supporting and growing side by side cards. If you think about our experience as consumers, I upload my card onto my wallet so that I can use my phone to make the payment. Also, the fact that you've got wallets and tokenization and wearables, etc., make sure that my payments are even more protected. So that drives me to use my card even more, because I know that there's this infrastructure that makes sure that my transactions are secure. But the fact that you've got wallets there, wallets obviously offer choice and opportunities to customers to make decisions about what payment methods they use. So the really positive impact is that it drives card providers to really think about new propositions that they need to offer into the market so that they remain competitive. So it has a real positive flywheel effect into the market. An example of some of those new propositions and options that are coming out are those hybrid cards, whereby you have a card that doesn't have one function anymore, but as a consumer, you can actually choose whether you're going to use the card for your debit or your credit transaction, and you can engage through that through your digital infrastructure, your phone, for example. So it just drives additional innovation into the market. Paymentology is a global cloud-based issuer processor. So we enable institutions to issue their card programs globally. The benefits of doing that and being a cloud-based are multiple. First of all, You can have one instance and actually issue in multiple countries. There's the speed at which you can do that, and there's the speed around execution of change, because you can actually go to market really quickly. You can deploy the change and it happens across all of your instances as well. So, and the ability to essentially issue your card programs, but also have what we allow them to do is choose across any card product. So they can go virtual, they can go plastic, they can have debit, credit and prepaid. There's so many great things about Money 2020. I get so excited every year when I get to come back here. For me, it's really to see all the colleagues across the industries reconnect, all being together, talking about that innovation, but also seeing the new brands, and from a Paymentology perspective, identify new opportunities for collaboration across the industry.